I took the day off today because of course I did for Taylor's album, because I knew I would be up late listening to it, so little scatterbrained. How are you? How's your week going? Pull up the video on my computer because it's easier to see, like, the chat on here. Because on the phone, it, like, scrolls by fast, so mm, you were checking 1 hour ago, in case the stream was earlier. Oh, I yeah, I don't know, 5:30. It works for me normally. Hopefully that works for you, you guys, because I like this time. Oh my, I'm good. Actually I'm not tired. I just feel weird because I stayed up until 3 a.m. and slept until like 11:30, which is like I think what that's a good amount of sleep. Like that's 8 hours, right? So I should feel good, but I feel like a little off. Fearless is good. I really like it. It's like 2 hours long because it's 26 tracks. So it's the standard Fearless album and it's all of the bonus tracks that were originally on the deluxe version of Fearless and then the 6 unreleased songs, which I really like. Still like not the ones that I love, but they were the ones they were good. They're good. It's promising. I saw that yeah, it is a lot of songs, especially because you don't know the album that well, right? So if you're just listening to it now, it's a lot to take in. But the merch, I'm like still kind of waiting to see if I'm gonna buy it until tomorrow. But there's some merch that I really like because it's kind of throwback merch. It's like it looks kind of ridiculous graphic design wise, but it's the way her like old merch was at the time. So I kind of am really into it. It's your first time listening. What do you think so far? Because I feel like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think it's a good album, but I think a lot of the reason I love Fearless so much is because it came out when I was 15 and I have such a strong emotional connection to it and all of that. Well, I think it was like 16, but still, I was in high school. It's kind of the perfect age for that album. And I'm just curious, like, what people who are listening to it for the first time who are not 15 think of it. You can tell it probably will not have the same connection to it. Well, you don't like country as much, right? Am I remembering correctly? Because it's definitely like a country pop album. So there's that too. The lyrics will not, yeah, that's fair. Because there's songs like um 15 and where half of the reason like the song 15 is so like emotional to me is because I heard it for the first time when I was like 15 or 16 and now I'm like 28 and just reflecting is really emotional. So yeah, I'm just curious about people who don't have that connection. But there's some songs that I think are just like legitimately good on there. But yeah, I'm curious. Next week we can do like a deep dive. If I have time, I probably will try to edit my video this week. I have to like I got a job, a gig thing, editing video for someone else. So I feel like I should finish that before I edit my own stuff. I don't know. So I'll finish that and then I'll edit mine. But how different is it hearing 15 with her current voice? Her voice sounds a lot better now. Like I think I mean Taylor was never the strongest singer at the beginning of her career, but I think, like, kind of hard to realize sometimes how much her voice has improved, and I think these re-recordings, you can really hear it. What video? I have the Evermore video filmed, and I have a Fearless video filmed about, like, a video essay. One day I'll do the Teenage Dream one. That one's, like, still pending, but the Fearless one, the one I'm for Red, I wrote it like 3 years ago. I just never finished it, and, I wanna put the Red one out in the fall. Finally, like, I'm doing the Evermore one right? Should I do a reaction to Fearless re-recording? Trying to decide. For me, the reason I like looking back on my action videos, like the 1989 one I did in college, and it's just nice to look back. Evermore is like I think Evermore. I saw someone on TikTok say that they think Folklore is a better album, but Evermore has better songs, and I can't quite explain that, but it feels really accurate. I'll put together a Fearless video. Maybe, like, I don't know, I'll have to figure it out. But I think, like, for me, I need to stop well, I stop stressing about, like, scheduling videos. I'm just gonna put them up when I finish them. Hi. We're just sort of talking about Fearless a little bit right now because it just came out, of course, but and then we're gonna talk about Artpop. But so feel free to chime in at any point. Fearless is a very important era for me, you're absolutely right. It's probably like, Reputation and Fearless are my big, like, Taylor eras, so I'll see. I've been in, like, more of a filming mood, so we'll see. You feel like a bad Swift can listen all the way through yet? Like, it's a long album, though, like, I was looking at the Spotify page for it, and it's, like, an hour, and it's so long, so I don't blame you. It's long. I've listened, but, like, some of the songs I've only listened once because it's a long album. But, yeah, Fearless was definitely one of my favorite eras. But I'm excited about this re-recording thing. I really wish she was like, I don't know. My boyfriend, because I was talking to him about it, and I was like, "Should I buy this merch? Should I wait?" And he's like, "Well, you should think about it because she drops a lot of merch, and like every week for Folklore, there was like new merch, you know? But I don't know if she's going to be doing that for Fearless or the re-recordings, but still, I kind of like what she's doing for re-releasing Fearless era inspired merch. Like it has the cheesy kind of graphic design thing. Am I still saving? Yeah, I might get one of the t-shirts. They're $35, which is I mean, it is kind of a lot for a t-shirt, but I think I'm gonna get one thing. But I'm gonna decide tomorrow. So we'll see. Did I get the re-recorded vinyl? I did, yes. I think it's gonna ship in August, if I'm remembering correctly, unless it gets delayed. But I did order it. I ordered the Evermore vinyl. Like, I basically order every Taylor vinyl, but I ordered the Evermore one, which is supposed to ship at the end of May, so we're getting there. The shirt, yeah, I get mine tomorrow, like, from a freelance thing. So when that hits my account, I'm gonna probably get it. It's $35. It's probably okay. Before we switch to our prop, can we cover how awful the back cover of Fearless is? It is pretty bad. But the gold cover of the Fearless vinyl is gorgeous. I love the front cover of the Fearless album. Like it's just so beautiful when you put it as a compliment to the old version of Fearless when like I don't know, she's turning the other cheek and it's like symbolic and I don't know, it's really beautiful. But yeah, the back cover is not great. Why does she have to say Taylor's version on every track? I guess I don't really understand that completely. Like, I understand it's called Taylor's version. I guess maybe just to differentiate it even more from the older songs. There must be something like, um, there must be something like legally. Like, it doesn't like there's nothing if it has like a different name, as in like Love Story Taylor's version. If it has that different name, there must be some legal implication. But I don't know. She should have chosen a shorter name. Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's interesting. But the back cover is pretty bad. Kinda unrelated, but since we're talking about art pop, are you gonna get the new Chromatica vinyl? I am. I was looking at that and planning for record store day. That's the main thing I really want. The first record store day, I don't even know if my boyfriend is gonna be able to go with me, so I'm probably gonna have to wait in line alone, which kind of stresses me out, but I'm gonna get there like the night before. I really want it. But we'll see. The benefit of getting there really early is if you're not in like for record store day is you can just ask the people in front of you if they're going to get the same record. Um, and then you can decide if it's worthwhile to wait. I don't know. There's the standard black vinyl, and then there is the yellow vinyl variant that is available for record store day. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. Hi, Alex. Good to see you here. Record store day in general didn't excite me. I haven't had a chance to really digest the list yet, so I don't know everything that I'm getting. Um, I saw there was a Tomb Raider soundtrack on there, and that kind of speaks to me, so I'll probably get that one. But there's not like a ton that's like really exciting to me. I don't know if that's just me, but I don't know. Maybe I need to look again. I've only looked at it once, but I the Chromatica one was pretty cool, but I didn't see any that I was like really excited about. I don't know if do I have tips for record store day? It really depends on the store that, Alex is your birth name, but you go by Jax. Okay, I'll call you Jax if you prefer, whichever way. Um, Tips for record store day. My tips it does depend on the store, but the way it works for my store is a couple days before, like on the Wednesday before, they post the list because if you're not familiar or you're new to record store day, the way it works is there's like a master list and a set amount of quantities for each title, and every record store kind of places an order for what they want, and they don't always know in advance if they're going to get exactly what they want, if that makes sense, or how many quantities of each. So a few days before the actual record store day, my store puts out a list and they say how many of each copy they have. And then they also say what their prices are, which is really helpful for me. I don't know how other record stores do it, but then the way my store does it is there's just a line that forms. I like to go really early. So last time I went to record store day, I waited outside from like 9 p. No, my boyfriend got there at like 9 p.m. I got there at like 10:30 p.m. and we were second in line and we just waited all night and it was really fun. Like I guess my advice for record store day if your store does it this way is to just have fun because like the experience is a good thing. But I think the best thing is like I think you just said that, but you have to reach out to your local record store because I think every store does it somewhat differently. And like my store allows people to wait like in line outside and they do it like they keep the line going. So if you're first in line, you're the first one to get to the table to pick up the vinyl you want. But other stores do it where they just like open the doors. So I would reach out to them and ask for information. That's, I guess, the best advice because everything else is kind of contingent on your record store doing it like mine. All my advice, I guess. But yeah, it's like Chromatica, if it has like 11,000 copies, like that's not too bad. Like that, I wouldn't stress as much. Record store day only for specific record stores. It really like depends because there's one store, the store I go to is called Mobius Records. It's in Virginia, and it's a record store. Like that's all it is. And then there's other stores that are like they sell CDs and merch and DVDs and media in general. But basically, the point of record store day is to celebrate independent record stores. So if you go to recordstoreday.com, there is a list of every record store that's participating. So you can find out what the closest one to you is and contact them for information about how they handle the day. Because, yeah, every store does it a little differently. Oh, the gasoline 7 inch. I am actually excited about that one too. That was one on my list. I looked through it and it's not like, I mean, it's exciting, but like, there wasn't any that I was like, holy crap, I have to go wait in line for forever and all that. More Britney vinyl would have been cool. Like, I don't know. There's some that are cool. I guess there are a lot on here that I would qualify as like would be nice because like I've mentioned before, I'm trying to save money and like get myself out of debt and all of that stuff. So I'm trying not to spend like a ton. But usually what I do when my record store releases their list is I'll make a big list according to my budget, and, like, there'll be, like, 2 or 3 that I really want, and then I'll have some backup options, where if one isn't available from my priority list, I can get one of those, um, but yeah, it depends. Yeah, there's none that, like, really are, like, I don't know. There's nothing that just really is gripping me, I guess. I wish that I would start collecting vinyl back in 2018 when they first released Taylor's album. You know, I miss that. Like, I've been collecting vinyl for a while, but I didn't really purchase much apart from the last like 2 years. I like just miss. I wish they would do that again. I kind of like when I was looking at the list, I'm like, maybe there's like maybe there's a Taylor release, but there wasn't. The 1989 Record Store Day one is, like, my next big one, but I'm gonna have to save up for that and wait until the price drops because, like, I don't know what it is right now, but last time I checked for 1989, it was, like, $400, and I know I paid 250 for the debut Record Store Day version, but to me, 250 seems like a more reasonable amount than, like, 400. Everyone has their limits, you know, so for me, I probably wouldn't pay more than 300. Including shipping, taxes, fees, all of that. So, one day, I think it's up it's up to 1,000? Oh my gosh, you paid 60? You're lucky, that's awesome. But yeah, I'm not paying $1,000. I love Taylor, but no. Sorry about the off topic, you're fine. Feel free. Like, we're just chatting about music in general, so, sorry about the off topic, but have you heard Demi Lovato's new album? I haven't. I really want to listen because 'cause I've heard nothing but good things. Like, people who don't typically like her, are saying, like, that it's exceptional, and I really wanna listen to it, but for an album like that, I feel like I want to sit down and listen to the whole thing. I really wanna watch her documentary on YouTube and, like, experience the whole thing. So, I haven't listened to it, yet. Yeah, let's do it after Fearless. So next the 16th? Is it already how is it already, like, April? I April 16th, we'll do Fearless, and then the 23rd, we'll do Demi Lovato's album, and that wow, that almost takes us through April, it's so crazy. But, yeah, let's do that. You wanna sign up for Vanity, please, but you heard bad things about it. So, like, I don't know if you see my video about why I canceled my, subscription to Vinally Please, but the basic, like, short term, like, advice or whatever that I would give is that, I would say that it's it's not necessarily not worth it, but for me, the price increase was too much to justify staying a member. However, um, if you're okay paying the price, like, I don't think it's a necessarily a bad service, but the fact that they increased the price so much really was just a little much for me, I guess. So, but it's not a bad service inherently. But yeah, I did make a video that, like, goes into detail about why I was mad at them. Um, I'm looking at this record store day list now, and I probably will get the Gasoline 7-inch and Chromatica. I'll have to see what else. When is record store day? Yeah, there's 2. 2 seems good. 3 was kind of a lot to handle, but 2 seems kind of nice. Oh, I didn't see there was an L7 release. I might get that one. I think Gasoline's a pretty good song, but oh, what type of records does Vinyl Me Please have? So they have, like I think it's still 3 tracks, and you can pick which one you want to subscribe to. So for like I think I did like the essentials one. So they have essentials, classic, and I think they have a rap one. Don't quote me on that. But basically, if you're really interested in rap and hip hop, you can pick a track. You can pick a classic one, or you can pick the essentials one. I think that's what they're calling it. But it was like a huge variety of music. So it really depends. But the thing about Vinyl Me Please is they announce the title and then you have a short amount of time where you can switch that title for a past release. You can switch to something in the store or you can switch to um, you know, store credit. That was a newer feature when I quit, so I'm not 100% sure. Like, they're not bad. Like, I will say this, like, the actual quality of vinyl is really great. I've just had a lot of issues with shipping and customer service, but never with the monthly subscription. All of my issues were with, this, like, separate store purchases. I don't know if that helps or, like, convinces you to join or not, but that is that was my experience. So, they delay shipments even though they're in stock. Yeah, I go into detail in my like why I canceled video, but there was this huge thing with the Fiona Apple records that like I had an issue with where they lied about their shipping process and shipped it to non-members before members and then just like didn't ship it for a month and delayed for no reason and I don't know. It was just really I don't know. And it was part of the reason I did not appreciate the price increase is it came at a time when they were doing all of that other BS. So if they had just increased the price slowly without also being shitty, like I wouldn't like have had as much of a problem with it, but like that was part of the issue. What is my favorite song off of the Fame? Like, mm, it is hard to decide, but I love the song Paparazzi, but I really like that whole album. I'm always afraid once Finally Please drops the vinyl that I need for members only. You can always join for a month and then cancel if they do that, but I don't know. I haven't seen them do many like actual like real members only type of things. All right, guys. I only have like yeah, I was just gonna say let's talk about Artpop because I have to go at like 6:30 my time. So let's talk about Artpop. My basic thoughts on Artpop are that at the time, like people didn't like it. At least the people that I knew and talked to, like people called it art flop, like at the time. That's why I was so surprised when I made my TikTok rankings and people were like, "You don't like Artpop? How dare you?" I'm like, when did people start liking it? And I still don't know the answer to that question, but I'm glad people are appreciating it. It's really different than I remember. There's some songs like that I genuinely didn't remember that they sounded so different than our standard stuff, like Jewels and Drugs, like that surprised me a little bit when I first listened, not in a bad way, but like I just didn't remember these songs. But I used to really like some of these songs, like Aura. I remember listening to it on, I think, YouTube before it was called Aura because it was called Burqa at first, and then people were like, "You don't call it that," so she switched the name. But yeah, it's like I don't know. I remember listening to that. So Aura is one of my favorite songs. I don't know. I really like the album. The problem with Art Pop was that Gaga promised too much. She promised something revolutionary. That's interesting. That could be part of what it is. Because like some albums, um, like I'm just interested in how much of the public perception of it is based on how the release cycle was handled, and I think this was one of those albums because, like, I don't know, like, it turned out being a more experimental EDM album. Yeah, which is fine, like, I think that's good, and I think it's enjoyable, but I don't remember too much of what she promised. I wasn't like, I was a fan of Lady Gaga, but I just didn't know what she promised, I guess. But there are some songs that I do really like, I've liked since I heard them, but, um, Do What You Want was a problem, I would say. Remember the fight, who's gonna get number 1, roar or applause? Yeah, that was the time. My favorites are Aura, Venus, Manicure, Fashion, and Gypsy. Those are some of my favorites too. Um, GUY, I would say, is another one of my favorites. But last week, I went onto TikTok instead of this and talked about Artpop. And while I was on live, I discovered that R. Kelly is currently incarcerated, like he's currently in jail. So I didn't know that before. So he is it's probably best to just get rid of that track. I understand her like I was talking about this on the TikTok too. I'm interested to know what your thoughts are because she had said at the time, or later on, she said that at the time, like she was hurting and she was defiant, and that was the reason she wrote that song the way she did. Um, and and I understand that a lot of it came from a place of like pain and suffering, but she took the song off because she didn't want to hurt people, and I think that's a reasonable like series of events. I don't hold it against her. How do I get notifications when you're live on TikTok? I honestly I don't know. I actually have no idea. I don't know if you can turn notifications on, like, from my profile. I don't know if TikTok really works like that, but I know there is a way to turn on notificate like, you could select which notifications in general. I think you would get notifications if anybody you follow goes live, but I think in, like, your notification settings I don't think it's, like, me specific. I think it would be any live. I don't know. I'm not that familiar with TikTok on that side of things, so I don't really know. But, I know you can get notifications for lives in general, but I will let you know. I'm gonna try to go live on TikTok a little bit more because I don't know, it's fun. I like it. It doesn't save later, so, uh, it's a little different, but yeah. Lady Gaga knew what things were going on with R. Kelly. It's kinda weird she acted like she didn't know. Yeah, that is weird that she said she didn't know, but I read an interview later where she was like, "I knew and I was, like, being defiant," and I was like, "I understand that." I have sympathy. I don't necessarily think it's, like, the best thing that happened, but I have some sympathy for that. Like, she even incorporated some of the stuff in the music video. I forget her exact quote. I don't wanna take her out of context, but I think it was something like, I like I don't know. Basically, her what she was saying was that it came from a place of she was hurting, so she did that. Um, I don't even think it's like that bad of a song, but like the fact that R. Kelly's in it means I can not never enjoy it fully. So I think it's good that she took it out because I didn't like it being there. But I don't know. I know she did a version with Christina Aguilera, but I don't think it was that good or exciting. She tried so much of this era. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, like a lot of these people were like upset that I didn't like it because their reasoning was that it was such a personal album for her, but I just didn't like it that much at the time. Do I have the original pressing of Artpop on vinyl? No, I have the Urban Outfitters version. It is the blue version that came out, I think it was last year, but not the original. I'm sure that's expensive to get, you know? Did you see the leaks? I didn't. What were they? Like budgets and stuff, like for the era? I didn't see that. I think I heard about that actually. Like somebody told me. I don't think I saw it directly. Hmm. Let me see. I know it was like 25 million. Is that a lot for an album? I don't know. Okay, so when you Google art pop, one of the people also ask questions on Google is art pop a flop? I don't think it is, but huh, interesting. Artpop had Robin Thicke included. Oh, that would have also been a terrible decision. Oh my gosh. Interesting. I'll have to look into that later. Um, Pause video had a budget of 500,000. I don't know, like the way I know, like in terms of business, amounts of money are like different than if people are just like personally having this much money. But when I hear anything over like 100,000, I'm like, that is way too much money. But I understand, like in business and art and film and music production, it's different. It means something different. Like 500,000 means something different. But when I hear that, I'm like, oh my gosh. What happened to the Art Pop app? I don't know. Did anybody I'll look up in your story highlights later. Somebody on my TikTok live stream brought up that there was an app associated with Art Pop, but I never had it, so I don't know what it was. Did anybody who's watching this have the Art Pop app or know anything about it? Because yeah, I never did that. It's I feel like I downloaded it, but I don't know if I did. It didn't do anything. Like there was nothing on the app. It says that she believes that applications are the future of music, and Art Pop is a project, and the app is a project that relates to it. There's like a timeline of the app, but nobody says like what it is. I guess they only really got to the part where you made a profile. It was very bad. I think it's a nice idea, like, from looking at what at the Wikipedia page for it, I think that it seems like a nice idea that, like, didn't work. A lot of art pop at the time. I wanna say that, like, to clarify, I don't think Art Pop was a bad album. I don't think it was ever a bad album. I think that, you know, I don't know, not everything is released at the time where it will succeed the most. I don't know if that makes sense. She got a big budget for Art Pop. After that, she got a much smaller budget for Joanne. I don't think Joanne even needed a big budget. I don't know. I think I liked Joanne though. I know that that's not the most popular opinion, but I really liked Joanne. The problem with Art Pop was its promotion. Yeah, like I just I don't know. The R. Kelly thing was a big thing. Um, yeah, I really think the R. Kelly thing was a big thing because a lot of people who weren't interested in Lady Gaga or like weren't interested in pop music, they still heard about the R. Kelly thing. So I think Gaga is somebody who does that sometimes though. Like, I don't know. I don't want this to sound like a criticism or mean or anything because I actually really like it. I like the effort she's putting in, and I think that's beautiful, but, like, I don't know, sometimes an album just it doesn't need to have this huge world built around it. I don't know. Like, it's instead of doing like everything, maybe do like three things really well. I don't know. Joanne is my favorite album from GOG. It's so good. Yeah, I love it. I like how she went a little more personal. Yeah, I really love the sound of Joanne. Songs like John Wayne, like I and Million Reasons, I really, really love. Applause wasn't very innovative. It kind of flopped. Don't get me wrong. I love the whole project, but she promised us the world. Yeah, like I think, am I wrong when I felt a little bit of that with Chromatica, like on a different level? But I still kind of felt that. I don't remember what she was promising at the time of Artpop, but it felt like Chromatica was, like, supposed to be, like, something so much bigger than it ended up being. I don't know if that's incorrect, but, like, that's how it seems to me. But I don't know, because things like Chromatica and Artpop, like, I think those are hints of the kind of artist she, like, really wants to be, and I think she does wanna deliver on these things, but I think, I don't know, they're hard to do. Ultimately, so I don't know. I have a feeling Chromatica will never be called a flop. I think Chromatica's I think it's I don't know what the right word is, but, like, I think it's a far more cohesive album than Art Pop is, so I think naturally it's a lot more, like, she doesn't care about Chromatica. That's unfortunate because I think it's an interesting, like, album, and there's some really good moments on it that I think people enjoy. So I guess it's a high goal and stops halfway. I mean, I feel like who else was I saying? Now I can't even think, but, like, I think there are a couple of people who do this, myself included, to be honest. Um, any thoughts on Art Pop Part 2? Is it, like, real? I don't know if that's a weird question, but, like, is that an actual thing that's happening, or is it just something people, like, want to happen? Isn't it crazy that 5 singles was Born This Way and Art Pop only 2? I feel like what were the singles? Let me see. Oh, we got 3 technically, I guess, but one was Do You Want? Applause is a really good single. I think Applause is, like, the best first single, but, like, there's some others that I think could have been really good. Um, okay, so there is, like, content. That would be cool. I mean, I don't know. I think that that would maybe make people revisit this and then, like, I don't know. It would just bring a new meaning to it, I mean, naturally. I think it'd be interesting. I don't see why she can't just drop it. I don't really know much about the music industry, I guess, but it would be cool to see. We got 3 for Chromatica and Joanne. Is 3 singles just like a magical number now? Like, I feel like not back in the day, but like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, we got a lot more singles and music videos and things than we're getting now. One day you should talk about Cheek to Cheek. I'm not as familiar with that album, but I should listen to it more and listen to the whole thing and talk about it. Maybe that's one we can do in the future. Like, I remember for 1989 for Taylor, I don't remember what year that came out in. I want to say like 2015, 2016 or whatever. She had so many videos, and then like I think it's just gotten I mean, part of that is because we're in a pandemic, but I think for like Reputation and Lover, she could have done more for the music videos. But that's just me. I like music videos. I remember when Reputation came out and I was like, I want this to be a visual album so badly, but it wasn't, obviously. Art Pop could have been more visually. I think that could have helped people like it. There's no excuse not to do music videos. I think at the beginning of the pandemic, there definitely was an excuse, but like at this point, I think there are ways to safely do it, especially for these larger artists. Um, like if you're a small indie artist, like I get it. But if you have the budget, but, like, these big pop artists have, like, I feel like maybe just do some more. Chromatica should have been a visual album. It should have, um, because I remember when it came out, she was like, "Well, this is, like, the planet of Chromatica," and I was, like, really invested, and then, like, nothing happened. We just got Oreos. Felt the same with Folklore, wanted it so bad to be a visual album, but we only got one Cardigan video. I wish she had done a little more with Folklore. I mean, she did a lot for Folklore in terms of, like, releasing merch and things to buy, but, like, I don't know. I would have loved I loved the Long Pond studio sessions. I thought that was a great thing to do for those. I would have loved it for Evermore. Demi Lovato's new music video for Dancing with the Devil broke my heart. I haven't watched it yet, but I think I heard about it if it's the one I'm thinking of. It's, like, about her overdose, right? Because I heard people talking about it, but I haven't seen it yet. But I did hear it was good. I do have to listen to that. But I kinda wanna watch her documentary first. I don't know why, but in my head, that seems like the order to do this in. But I'm glad she's doing well. It's pretty crazy, like, all the stuff she went through. I'm happy she's doing better right now. Any skips on Artpop? Let me look at the track list. Not really. I actually really like a lot of these songs. But it does depend on what mood I'm in. I can tell you which songs that I, like, never skip. That's a question I can answer. I never skip Aura, GUI, Manicure. Uh, I like the song Donatello a lot. Really, and I like the song Fashion and, Applause and Gypsy. Those are, like, the ones I never skip. Did I get the blue? Yeah, I did get the blue vinyl. You skip Mary Jane Allen. That one's, like, okay. I don't skip it, but I don't know. I'm not always in the mood for it, I guess. But, yeah, I got the blue vinyl, the Urban Outfitters one. It's pretty nice. It's just solid blue. That's it, but I do like it. Mary Jane Holland should have made the cut. It's not as strong. I'll give you that. Mm. It's weird that Art Pop is the only vinyl not sold out. Only Gaga? Wait, it's the only Gaga one not sold out on Urban Outfitters? Is that what you're saying? On Urban. I ended up not getting the Joanne one. Let me Is that sold out too? Did you see, like, people posting their videos of the Joanne vinyl? Apparently, it was just, like, really terrible. I guess the Joanne one isn't sold out. Well, on TikTok, it was, like, a couple people. It wasn't, like, everyone, but the label was, like, misprinted, and there were a lot of, like, issues with the actual pressing. Like, it was just, like, the same, like, I don't know, it kept skipping, and it was bad. But I love it. I saw a couple TikToks, but, like, I think overall it was fine. It's still available that I'm seeing, so maybe I'll do that soon. Mm, I'm scared. Like, I honestly like, I've seen a lot of people in my life complain about vinyl, specifically from, like, Urban. all that sort of thing, but I personally have never had a problem. The one time I did have a problem, they completely refunded me, so, um, I think the Joanne one is the prettiest. I just, like, don't have $40 to spend on it, but if I did, I would have gotten it. It says that right now, it says it's expected to ship on the 13th of April. So I know quality control lately is a mess. It is, but like I guess I've just always been lucky because I've never ever had an issue. I only got the Urban Lana one. I don't know if you got your copy yet, if you ordered that one, but I did not notice any issues with it. Seeing people complain about urban vinyls. I think like it must depend on where you live and like which warehouse is distributing to you because where I always get it. Every record I get from Urban is like not only is it in a box, but it's like within the box, it's in its own like sleeve of cardboard and like taped and bubble wrapped and then put into the box and shipped to me. So I've never had a problem with that. On the Urban Outfitters chemtrails, I didn't notice any. I've only listened to it like twice, but so nothing like obvious. But we'll see. My speakers are also not like the best. So maybe if you have like really good speakers, you might notice, but I personally did not notice. Some people get their records shipped in a plastic bag. I know, like I've seen that. So it must be dependent on what warehouse is distributing to you. Vinyl snobs are the worst. I agree. I have Victrola. My brain does not pronounce that word properly. Not suitcase. And people always have something to say, even though my vinyl play perfectly. Yeah, like I always try like on my TikTok, like people have asked me, they're like, I don't like, should I get a suitcase player? I'm like, well, honestly, the answer is that some lower quality record players do cause more damage than necessary to your record player. But like I also feel like it's your life and you're spending the money on it. So I don't know. Like if I want to buy a record and like use it as a frisbee, like I feel like people should be should be nice about it. Like that's just me though. Also, the Urban Outfitters Chemtrails is the exact final as the Stolen Lullabies version. Wait, really? Wait, let me go get my copy. I want to hold it up to the light. I haven't tried that. We'll find out together. Hi. Okay. So I have my chemtrails vinyl. And then which was the Stolen Lullabies cover? I don't remember. I have all 9 variants. Apparently this vinyl is the same as one of the Taylor ones. It's an experiment. We're trying to find out. Which is the cover of the Stolen Lullabies one? Does anyone remember? I'll put you down right here. Here. Okay. This one's Meet Me Behind the Mall, I want to say. It's her side profile. Is that the one? Is it this one? Is this the Stolen Lullabies? I just don't want to open like every single one. Okay. Okay. So and then I have chemtrails right here. They do appear, they look the same shade, don't they? Turn the light on, good idea. Okay. Now here's the test. We'll hold them both up to the light. So same marble, like this is you can see the marbling, I think, in the camera right now. This is the Folklore Stolen Lullabies version. I haven't held up chem. Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't know that. It's not as obviously there's going to be some variations in any marble or printing or whatever, but yeah, it's the same. It's the exact same. I didn't know that. I don't hate it though. I love this color. I had no clue. You're kind of disappointed. I'm actually like pleasantly surprised that there was marbling or like something interesting in the chemtrails one because I really like it. That's interesting. I learned something today. But yeah, they look exactly the same. All of Lana's chemtrails vinyl are marbled. Yeah, this was the only one I got, so well, am I getting the Target um chemtrails variant? I might. We'll see. I like the cover. If I have like extra money, maybe I'll get it later. If I have money and it's available like in a couple of weeks, I'll probably get it. But I have a feeling it will be. Yeah, once Target does this another sale, I'll get that and like their Evermore vinyl or something. I don't know. There's something about the Folklore vinyl that I like really wanted to collect it, but the Evermore one, I've just got the one copy from the dark green vinyl, and like any other version that comes out, I'm just like, nah, whatever. But yeah, Target does tend to have some really good sales um, for vinyl and like their media stuff. So when that is available, then I'll do it. Folklore is better. It is a better album. I think like my thoughts on that can be summarized in like as a cohesive piece, Folklore is a better album, and Evermore doesn't seem as cohesive to me, and it doesn't seem to have like one thing it's trying to accomplish, if that makes sense. But I really like, um, I don't know, I really like Evermore. I wish Lana had alternate covers. I thought she would. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was a little bit disappointed that the Urban Outfitters variant doesn't have a different cover because that's one thing I always liked about collecting that version. Evermore has a few skips. But yeah, I agree with that actually. There's some songs that I personally really like. Like I really like Long Story Short, I love Closure, and I love Ivy. But there are some other ones that I just like I don't like that much. I don't think they're bad. I just they don't do that much for me. The Urban Outfitters one was a disappointment. Now that it's the same color like Folklore, I'm even more sad. I like the color and it sounds good, in my experience, but like I wish it was just a different cover. Like it just seems so boring to have the same cover on everyone, especially when all of Lana's Urban Outfitters exclusives have had a unique cover, you know? I don't need the same color multiple times. That's fair. It's like I can't believe I just like didn't notice. It just didn't register with me. I guess there's so many versions of Folklore that I didn't stand out as much. The baby blue and the like purple Folklore ones are the ones I always think of. I'm so over red, green, blue, clear, gray, and white vinyl, especially big artists. I just I think if you're gonna do colored vinyl, like something like some kind of pattern is necessary. And I think it depends though. Like it does depend on the rest of the packaging and if the vinyl itself like really matches it. And if it like because I got what is it called? The Ava Max album. I think it's called like Heaven and Hell. I think that's what it's called. It was kind of like an impulse buy at from Urban. And it was like this cool neon orange color that I don't have any vinyl like that, and it fit the rest of the packaging, and I was really happy with that. But I feel like a lot of times the Lindsay, I didn't get the new Lindsay pressing. What is that album called? The one that's not Speak, but I did want it. I did. A little more personal, yeah. I just that album was never as big of a deal to me, so I didn't feel like as stressed to get it, but it is it's one that like if they have a sale or if I ever have some like extra money to spend and treat myself, I'll get it. You're stressed. Speak sold out so fast. Did they like because sometimes they have limited versions that sell out quickly and then they bring it back, but I didn't see if that one came back. No, it's not back. But the A Little More Personal is still there. And it's $30. That's actually not a bad price. I'll think about it. Kelly Clarkson Breakaway and Avril's Let Go took almost a year. It's interesting. Like, I don't know how to tell. I know there's like a way to tell how many is available, like in the code of the page or something. But yeah, it's interesting to see what sells out, especially because there's some like those singles release whatever they decided to do. Um, like those are all still available and they're all on sale. So like why did I scramble in November to get them when they're all still available and they're cheaper now? It Stuff like that does annoy me. But a lot of their Britney vinyl is really beautiful. And they do a lot of cool like pattern. The single vinyl are so bad. I didn't get the Britney one. I got the Katy Perry one. But I'm looking at the Britney one right now. It's only $10, but we'll see. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I understand, like, especially if you're collecting for Britney vinyl, that's kind of a crucial one to have, I think. Britney vinyl got bad starting at Circus. It did. Did I get Circus? I can't even remember. I saw the Britney Jean one. I thought that vinyl looked really pretty, like from the picture that they have. I thought it looked nice. They have some cool shirts. The one vinyl that I was like really eyeing was actually the Promising Young Woman soundtrack. I thought that looked really cool. Like the vinyl is really interesting. But I never know. I don't know. Circus. I think I saw you yeah, I think I saw you post about that. Mm. I forget which one. There was one I ordered that was listed as black vinyl, or like in the mock-up it was black. And when I got it, it was like this beautiful translucent blue color. Very, very interesting. I'm really irritated that I bought 2 copies of Chromatica with the PVC, like, whatever envelope, when now that we're getting, like, a cardboard gatefold, we're probably gonna get, like, more versions that are available with the cardboard, which is kind of annoying. Do I have any Ariana vinyl? I actually do. I have a lot. Do I have all of her albums? I don't wanna go up there while my boyfriend is watching baseball, but, maybe we can do like an Ariana related one. And I can show all of my all of my vinyl. But am I getting positions? Yeah, like ages ago, I pre-ordered the one that was at Walmart. It's supposed to ship on the 15th. So I liked Positions, but I didn't love it. But I don't think it was bad. It was enjoyable to listen to, and there were like 2 or 3 songs that I really liked, but I don't know. I don't go back to it that often. The urban one is prettier. I don't even remember the difference. In my mind, it looks the same, but like, because I think I got a green one. I want to cancel the Walmart one. I might. Is it even like available anymore? Walmart is clear. Oh, you should do an updated vinyl collection. It will be like 40 minutes long. I should though. Maybe I can like divide it up. That's an easy one to make. The Urban Outfitters one is green. You know, I think in my email confirmation from Walmart, I feel like it's green. I'm looking at my email right now. Walmart. I also know that like sometimes mock-ups are just wrong. Update to your pre-order date. The updated release is the 9th. Oh, that's better. It arrives by the 9th. What? Did it ship? I think it's too late to cancel it, but I guess I can return it if I need to. It's not showing. Yeah, it's Coke bottle clear, you're right. It's saying that it shipped. It's saying that it should arrive by today, but I'm not seeing a shipping confirmation. Regardless, if it ships and gets to me and I want to return it, I can. So I can always do that. Yeah. It should ship any time now, so we'll see. Hmm. All right. Well, it's about 6:30 now, so I have to get going. But yeah, send me the urban one. I want to see what it looks like. I might cancel that one and go for the urban one. So I gotta get going, and next Friday we'll do Fearless, and then the Friday after that, Demi Lovato's new album. I think that's what we've decided. Yes. Hopefully I'll be able to finish editing my video this week, but we'll see. But I'll definitely work on making an updated vinyl collection video. I was doing like updates every few records, and then I didn't do one of those for like a year, and now it's just so much vinyl. So I'll have to like just film an updated collection. But I'll do that. I'm excited to make new content. I've been so busy and I have more time now, so I'm excited. All right. Well, I'm gonna sign off, but I'll see y'all next Friday at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time to talk about Fearless. I like these chats. Like, I know it's like me talking, but I like chatting with, oh, thank you. People say that about my voice, and I'm like, maybe I should like do a podcast or something, but I don't know what I would talk about. But right. Thanks for like letting me know that the chemtrails final was Marvel because I had no clue. I was just gonna accept it for what it was and be happy, but I'll think of something to do a podcast about. Something music related, of course. But podcast might be easier because I don't have to do video. I don't have to put on makeup. Um, like to do a podcast. We'll think about this. That might be an option. All right, so I gotta go, but I'll see you guys next week. Bye.